Things are starting to heat up as we run down the weekly current events of wrestling news in our next segment, the Hot Tags. And the first topic that we're going to talk about this week, we've got some releases from WWE. They're supposed to be cutting some cost measures, so why not release some NXT people? Luther Ward, Malik Omari, and Jake Carter were released this week. And I don't know much about Malik, I don't know much about Luther, but Jake Carter actually kind of seemed like he could have been a good potential person in the future. I'm a little bit surprised behind that. He had a good look behind him, and the little bit that I have seen of him, he didn't seem that bad. So that was a little bit more of a surprise than if they would have released somebody that has been kind of hanging around for a long time and never really did anything, or maybe somebody who's a little bit too old. I think Leo Kruger is actually like 40, and I could see them releasing the people like that. Jake Carter was a little bit of a surprise, but what do you guys think about this? Is it just who cares, or any of these guys do you feel had some potential, or do you think that they should be releasing some other people instead? Anything like that?
I think they should
wait,
release an album.
wait. Before I answer this question, I have to ask you a very important question. Who?
I'm absolutely disgusted. There's Bo Dallas still on the roster, and they release these guys.
I could give a shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
I could, but I don't.
And you know what? That probably sums it all up. If WWE couldn't get anybody to pay attention to these people, then that's probably why they released them. TNA, on the other hand, though, they seem that they wanted to keep Mickie James and gave her a shit offer that she rejected, so she's left the company. It's another person who has rejected the TNA lowball offer thing.
Hey, one second. Going back on that first point, if you go on the FCW Pro Wrestling website, rather than just remove Jake Carter from the fucking page, they've just put released in big bold letters.
They did?
Yeah, seriously.
What?
That's
I'm
fucking.
gonna look at this.
That's wrong.
What link is this?
It's the FCWProWrestling.com, their superstar page. Rather than just they've just got it in brackets and all caps locks. Released.
Wow, that's really weird. Yeah, they do have released on there.
That's kind of messed up.
TNA or developmental territory WWE.
And just looking at a cursory glance for this kind of stuff, I don't really know a lot about a lot of these people, but I would think somebody like Mojo Rawley would need to be released. Look at that guy. He just looks ridiculous.
They can fuck Xavier Woods off too with the Power Ranger stuff.
Or
No,
Knuckles
Xavier Woods.
Madsen.
Keep him on there.
I don't know.
Gimmick change time.
But Mickie James rejects her TNA offer, and she's another person who's not going to be in TNA anymore. They're losing a lot of people.
Yeah, but the same thing, it's actually funny because she's a Dixie Carter, she's like best friends with Dixie Carter. The fact that the company's literally lowballing all their talent shows how much trouble they're in. In terms of TNA itself, I don't really see the company lasting. I think they're literally trying to stabilize it to get rid of it, sell it on to someone else. And I could see it getting bought out by a bigger entity. I don't think the WWE are going to end up buying it, but someone else probably will.
You can't get Vince drunk enough to do that.
Exactly.
What do you think,
And I
Hayden?
don't think they have enough stuff on Vince to actually get him to do it.
I would love to see Mickie James come back to WWE. I mean, they're really starting to put some focus on the Divas division, and if they really want to build a total Divas versus the non-total Divas type thing, I mean, it looks like AJ's kind of by herself, but if they wanted to really make that something bigger, they could bring her in as another one of the Divas that could actually wrestle and is a lot more than just a pretty face, and go in that direction. I mean, we are coming up to Survivor Series, so it could be a time to do something like that.
Michelle McCool might be filling that spot. There's rumors going around that she's going to be coming back soon.
Well, there you go.
No.
Put the two of them with AJ. Maybe get someone else there. Maybe try to convince Beth to come back, and there you go.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Man, bring back Lay Cool and get rid of the Bellas. I don't like them, but the more I can tolerate them a lot easier.
And get rid of that goddamn theme song that Layla has. Oh my god, that's awful.
Yeah, that's what was her name's theme song beforehand?
There's a lot of
Tiffany.
people's theme songs before.
Tiffany,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
I Need a Boy, really?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Another TNA, well, former TNA knockout, SoCal Val arrested for driving under the influence and leaving the scene of a crime, or leaving the scene of an accident, with property damage. So
She
the
had a
first
one-night
thing
stand with me, and that caused property damage.
the first
I
thing
thi-
that I saw going around was everybody was like, "Oh my God, this must be because of her TNA released," and she's like so upset about it that she's drunk 24/7 and all that. Which is
I think she's celebrating.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
she got a little too excited. I think that's all that happened.
A bit too much, yeah. She's just like getting totally freaking off her ass because she's like, yay!
It certainly can't be an issue of you leave TNA and your life sucks so much that you get arrested, because look at how many people in TNA got arrested like 24/7, especially just Kurt Angle. So TNA is not the thing keeping these people back.
I have you know that his Twitter got hacked and caused him to have that DUI.
So Calval's car got hacked and that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same person just hacking everything.
It's mostly release news this week and some new people coming into other companies and all that. But on one of the big releases that happened recently, Jim Ross, he might be being replaced with William Regal for a lot of his developmental stuff, which, if you're going to get somebody to do it, William Regal's a good choice.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, go on.
yeah, he's had so many years of experience in the business. I think he's probably the most ideal guy to do it. Having met him personally, he's just a fucking great personality to be around too.
I agreed. He's literally the guy who has it all, in terms of wrestling knowledge, in terms of background. He's also someone who's very entertaining. So I would actually see William Regal to do. If anyone could do JR's job, it would probably be him.
And he's developed as an announcer as well, so he's pretty much a man of a jack of all trades. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Peyton?
I thought it was my turn to speak there, but Steven took what I was going to say. Thanks.
Jack of all trades?
You're welcome.
And a new trainer in WWE, well, a former trainer that's being brought back again, Eugene, a.k.a. Nick Dinsmore. And from what I've heard, he's a good trainer. So why not? Get as
Hey,
many
heard that
people
from
as...
me.
From other people as well. But if any of these people have records of being somebody who can train the new guys well, and they know what they're doing, and they've worked on the main roster, that's a huge thing. Because if you get people that haven't, then they're not going to know what the little intricacies are.
The great claim to fame. Hey, I'm Nick Dinsmore. Hey, where do you, Eugene? Yes, I played a retard on television.
That might actually help him out, though, because if you get somebody who was a main event star, and some of those people, they just kind of phone things in after a while. Somebody like Dinsmore, he could have been scratching and clawing his way and trying to do different things, and he could tell them, like, look, a lot of these things just don't work out, and you got to keep trying and whatever. Not just, yeah, I was a big guy, and they wanted to push a lot of money towards me, and they pushed me towards the top, and that's what happens. Like,
Well, they
say
did
that-
push him towards the top, and then he ended up in partial coma for drug addiction.
For a guy that wasn't such a high up on the talent, he always carried himself with a lot of confidence. I remember a trainer asking one of the trainees asking him, "Hey Nick, what was it like to be boosted up to the main event scene with Triple H?" And his exact words were, "Oh, I wasn't bothered by it. I know I was good enough to handle all the main eventers." But as far as the trainer goes, I think he's an excellent choice. For the few sessions that I've had with him, I learned more with him than I have from pretty much anyone who's trained me full time.
Yeah, he's a technical genius. He literally can put on a 5-star match with people. It's just that he was extremely bland, so they stuck the Eugene gimmick on him.
But he
And
did
kudos
embrace
to-
it.
He did. Kudos to him for making it work, but it was just very... The gimmick itself was very narrow. They couldn't really go any further with it. They tried turning him heel at one point, which I don't get.
you never go full Eugene.
Exactly.
All right, guys. So those are the hot tags for this week. We're going to take a little bit of a commercial break with Rest Hold in part 3, and then we're going to move on to Night of Champions review.